Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Well, no doubt about it, this is where memories are made. Summer camp is an experience for kids that they often remember for a lifetime. So today, how to prepare. Three things to make sure you pack, and 3 things you should definitely leave at home.
That's right. Cliff Clauer is a camp co-owner and director, and he's here with more on the do's and don'ts of summer camp. Good to have you here, Cliff.
Thanks for having me, ladies.
Great to see you.
I loved summer camp. Are some of my favorite memories as a kid, and I'm sure you hear that that's the case for pretty much everybody who goes to a summer camp, even if they cry the first day, right?
Exactly. That's the most rewarding part of being the director or the owner of a camp, is to see the kids who are maybe crying or having a hard time the first couple of days, and at the end, you're going home and they can't stop crying because they want to stay.
Yes, isn't that the truth? They're the ones that just don't want to go.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, and it's such a big milestone, I think, for kids to be able to go to camp and do it for that first time. What are 3 things that they definitely should take with them if they're going to overnight camp?
First thing is a positive attitude and a willingness to try new things. That's the thing. We always think about putting all the stuff in the bag, but it's a lot of the psychological part of it too. But the big things that they always forget are things like bedding. Check with your camp. Make sure you know what their list of things to bring. A lot of kids forget the bedding and they come to camp and then we're getting it all together for them. But it's one of those things where you get there and you're like, oh, I don't have a sleeping bag or I don't have a pillow. All of a sudden
or sheets even maybe or something like that.
I like to recommend it, being a guy, I like to recommend the sleeping bag because it's a quick, easy thing. You can lay it out on the bed and then make your bed nice and neat and easy. You don't have to fold all the sheets and all that kind of stuff. And also then if you do like a camp out, you can grab your sleeping bag and go. The only bad part is if it rains on a camp out, then you have wet sleeping bag. But then the camp's there to help you. We're not going to let them struggle.
What else should you have with you?
The next big things is making sure like rain gear. That's another one they forget. And light jackets. Those are one of the big things they think about. Oh, it's warm at home, and then all of a sudden you go and you're going to be late at night, or you might be doing a camp out and it gets cold and chilly. And those are big ones that kids always forget. And simple things like tennis shoes and making sure you have good footwear.
It's not just the flip-flops.
No flip-flops.
Maybe water shoes too if you're in a sandy beach or rocky beach or something.
Yes. We find a lot of times with the kids, flip-flops they bring to camp because that's the big in thing. At our facilities, we actually ban them for any of the physical activities because kids will try to wear them and they'll play soccer.
Hurt their ankles.
And ankles and toes, and you're walking down a trail, get sticks, and then you have kids getting stitches and all those things. You don't want that stuff. Crocs is another bad one to wear because they give a lot of blisters for kids because they're wearing them all day long and they're loose fitting, and so they wear on the feet and then they get blisters and then uncomfortable, and then it's a whole chain reaction of problems. So we want to have a positive, great experience. So there's kind of 3 big ones to make sure.
Great.
How about the 3 things you should not bring? First of all, bad attitude, right?
Bad attitude would be your first one,
Gotta be willing to make new friends, try new things.
Right, exactly. And the next big thing is electronics. The reason we don't want people to bring electronics is parents are like, well, can they bring a cell phone? And the reason we don't want them doing that is we want them to interact. And as we know today, we could be sitting here, instead of you asking me questions, I could just text you the answer. And that's what we see the kids doing. We want them to interact, make the friends. You are at camp. It's a new social network. You don't have any of the stigmas from school. You talk about kids that have a certain idea of reputation, right? Now you come to camp, you have all new friends, different people from all over the world. You have no adults in the sense of parents figures looking down on you. You have counselors who are young adults that are energetic and really excited to be with you. They might be from different countries, so you can learn so much from them. And when you come with that positive attitude and you put away the electronics, you can really just immerse yourself.
Anything else you should leave at home?
Another thing to leave at home would be things like expensive clothing. Kids always think, oh, I'm going to go to camp and have a fashion statement. You're going to get dirty. You're going to get wet. If you want to bring one nice thing, if we have like a dance or something special and you want to dress up for it, okay. But don't make this a fashion statement. Make it a fun time. Put all that stuff behind you and just come to camp and have a good time.
I always wondered if it's a good idea to send a care package or a letter from home when kids are at camp.
Most definitely. And send them early. We find so much today, we're so used to emails and instant stuff. The other thing is better than getting a letter from your mom and dad at camp, or grandma and grandpa, or even your brothers and sisters. And to get that envelope and open it. Sometimes send it 2-3 days before they go to camp, and the camp will hold it for them. Some parents will actually send letters and hand them to the director and say, could you give these to the kids that have a date written on the top? And space them out. It's nice to kind of get ones from home because you update things, what's going on at home or what's going on in the neighborhood. Care packages are great because the kids get them and they're all excited to share things with their friends in the
Candy.
cabin. Yeah, but try to minimize the candy. Minimize some of the foods and the junk foods. It's nice to have them, but make sure that if you put something in there, they can share. Things like little travel games are fun for in there.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, little travel games, because then they can play on their bunks and during rest period. Stuffed animals, things like that, that just say, you know, I'm thinking of you, I care about you, and I'm glad you're having a good time at camp.
That's wonderful. Fun. The American Camp Association is a great website to visit. ACA.
ACAcamps.org.
ACAcamps.org is great. You can find an accredited camp like Camp Lakotah,
yes,
which you're with, but find a great camp for your kids and send them. You can define it by area, location, interest, things like that. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, Cliff.
Great to talk summer camp.
We'll see you at camp.
Yeah. Remember, sounds good.
Make sure you say, I'm going to camp.
I'm going to camp.
There you go.